Tuesday, November 7th, 2023, morning edition. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated News Digest video.
Good morning, dear viewers. I am your news anchor, Xander Voxius III. Thank you for tuning into the Future of News, the AI-generated News Digest Daily Intellireport. As always, I will be assisted by my valued AI-generated colleagues in scraping the web for the latest stories and interesting topics and summarizing them for you. Without further ado, here are the headlines of the day. Review of Like a Dragon Gaiden game by GameSpot. Childhood trauma predicts adult headaches, researchers discover. Senate GOP criticizes Miger for entering Michigan race. Jennifer Garner and boyfriend John Miller spotted together. Bed Bath & Amp Beyond CEO leaves amid transition. Strong geomagnetic storm brings dazzling northern lights and much more. But first, let's take a look at this day in history.
November 7th in history. November 7th, 1492. The Ensisheim meteorite, the oldest meteorite with a known date of impact, strikes the Earth around noon in a wheat field outside the village of Ensisheim, Alsace, France. November 7th, 1504. Christopher Columbus returns from his fourth and final voyage.
Today's obituaries. Werner Corrobio, brief Wikipedia summary. Werner Corrobio, an 86-year-old Swiss politician and former member of the National Council, has passed away. He was a member of the Social Democratic Party before founding the Autonomous Socialist Party and later rejoining the Social Democratic Party. D.B. Chandra Gowda, pronounced as D.B. Chandra Gowda, was an 87-year-old Indian politician who recently passed away. He had a notable political career, serving as both a Member of Parliament and a three-time Member of the Legislative Assembly in the state of Karnataka. Throughout his career, Chandra Gowda represented different political parties. Alain Estève, brief Wikipedia summary. Alain Estève, a former French rugby union player, has passed away at the age of 77. He played for AS Béziers and the national team and was known for his intimidating presence on the field. Heath, brief Wikipedia summary. The article is not about a shrubland habitat, but rather about the death of Heath, a 55-year-old Japanese bassist from the band X-Japan. The announcement of his death was made on this date. Krzysztof Jasla, 77, Polish program director, author and theatre director. Roel Leuenberg, brief Wikipedia summary. Dutch rower Roel Leuenberg, who won a bronze medal at the 1972 Olympics, has passed away at the age of 78. Maheswa Mohanty, brief Wikipedia summary. Maheswa Mohanty, a 67-year-old Indian politician and former Odisha MLA, has passed away due to a stroke. He served in the Odisha Vidhan Sabha from 1995 to 2019 and held various ministerial positions during his political career. Mario Moinhos, brief Wikipedia summary. Mario Moinhos, a Portuguese footballer who played for Boa Vista, Benfica and the national team, has passed away at the age of 74. Moinhos had a successful career, winning 3 national championships with Benfica and earning 7 caps for Portugal. Federico Sacchi, brief Wikipedia summary. Federico Sacchi, an Argentine footballer who played for clubs such as Racing and Newell's Old Boys, as well as the national team, has passed away at the age of 87. He had a successful career and was included in the Argentine Football Association Hall of Fame. Matevos Asatrian was an Armenian politician. He served as a member of the National Assembly from 2019 until his sudden death in 2023. Asatrian was a member of the Civil Contract Party and was involved in the Standing Committee on Territorial Administration, Local Self-Government, Agriculture and Environment. Nadira Begum, brief Wikipedia summary. Nadira Begum was a Bangladeshi folk singer who received the Shilpakala Padak from the government of Bangladesh in 2015. She was renowned for songs such as Kolo Kolo Cholo Cholo Nodi Kore Tolmolo. Born into a family of singers, she also held the position of president at the Bawaya Academy. Nadira Begum passed away in Dhaka on November 6, 2023, and was laid to rest in Joypurhat district.
And now on to today's news.
General news.
Senate GOP campaign arm wax Mijer for entering Michigan Senate race, Politico.
The article discusses the entry of Republican Congressman Peter Mijer into the Michigan Senate race. Mijer, who has distanced himself from Donald Trump, is seen as a potential threat by the National Republican Senatorial Committee, NRSC, as they fear he may split the moderate vote and allow a less favorable candidate to win the nomination. The NRSC has been actively involved in shaping primary races this cycle to avoid controversial nominees. Mijer's entrance into the race is seen as a positive development by the campaign of former Detroit Police Chief James Craig, a staunch Trump ally, as it could split the anti-Trump vote. Overall, Michigan is not a top-tier target for Republicans in their quest to regain control of the Senate, but they are working to find credible candidates in more difficult states.
CDC expands infectious disease surveillance program at 4 major U.S. airports. 13 Wham TV.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, is expanding its testing for pathogens at 4 major airports in the country. The testing will involve international travelers voluntarily providing nasal swab samples, which will then be tested for various pathogens. The CDC will also collect and examine wastewater samples from airplanes. The program is aimed at detecting new variants of diseases such as COVID-19.
Ryuga Gotoku Studio and published by Sega, this game takes players on a thrilling journey through the streets of Kamurocho. The gameplay of Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, is a unique blend of action, role-playing, and strategy. Players take on the role of Kazuma Kiryu, a former Yakuza member who has erased his name and now lives a peaceful life. However, his past catches up to him when his loved ones are threatened, and he must once again step into the dangerous world of the Yakuza. The game features a vast, open-world environment, allowing players to explore the bustling streets of Kamurocho. From flashy nightclubs to seedy alleyways, every corner of the city is beautifully detailed and immersive. The attention to detail is impressive, with realistic character models and stunning visuals that bring the world to life. Combat in Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, is intense and satisfying. Players can engage in both hand-to-hand combat and weapon-based battles using a variety of fighting styles and techniques. The combat system is fluid and responsive, making every encounter feel dynamic and exciting. In addition to combat, the game offers a wide range of side activities and mini-games. Players can participate in underground gambling dens, manage their own businesses, or simply enjoy the vibrant nightlife of Kamurocho. These activities provide a welcome break from the main story and add depth to the overall experience. The story of Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, is gripping and filled with twists and turns. As Kazuma Kiryu navigates the dangerous world of the Yakuza, players will encounter a cast of memorable characters, each with their own motivations and secrets. The writing is top-notch, with well-developed dialogue and a compelling narrative that keeps players engaged from start to finish. Overall, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, is a must-play for fans of the Yakuza genre. With its immersive world, engaging gameplay, and captivating story, this game offers an unforgettable experience. Whether you're a longtime fan of the series or new to the franchise, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, is sure to leave a lasting impression.
Disney has hired Hugh Johnston, a former executive at PepsiCo, as its chief financial officer. This news was reported by CNBC.
Disney has announced that Hugh Johnston, the longtime CFO of PepsiCo, will join the company as its new CFO. Johnston, who has spent 34 years with PepsiCo, will report directly to CEO Bob Iger. The move comes as Disney faces a declining share price and losses in its streaming business.
Strong geomagnetic storm brings dazzling displays of the northern lights this week. Fox weather.
Geomagnetic disturbances from the sun caused aurora lights in the northern hemisphere over the weekend, and they are forecasted to continue later this week. The storms can interfere with communication systems and spacecraft operations, but the public does not need to be concerned.
Business news.
WeWork stock halted. Co-working giant had been preparing bankruptcy filing. The Wall Street Journal.
The article provides live coverage of stocks and financial news, focusing on major indices such as the S&P 500, Dow, and NASDAQ Composite.
The new Bed Bath & Amp Beyond CEO is out just as the retailer transitions from overstock.com.CNBC.
Bed Bath & Amp Beyond CEO Jonathan Johnson has stepped down from his position following pressure from activist hedge fund JAT Capital. The fund, which holds a 9.6% stake in the company, blamed Johnson for poor financial performance and called for his immediate removal. JT Capital suggested that Marcus Lemonis, CEO of Camping World, should take over management of the company. David Nielsen, Beyond's president, has been appointed as interim CEO while the board searches for a permanent replacement.
British Steel is expected to reduce its workforce by up to 2,000 employees as part of its plan to shut down its furnaces. This news was reported by BBC.com.
Electric arc furnaces are commonly used for melting scrap steel, but the resulting steel is of a lower grade compared to that produced in blast furnaces. This makes it unsuitable for certain industrial applications like motor manufacturing and construction.
Technology news.
In troubled Destiny 2 times, Season of the Witch remains a win Forbes.
The first article is about Destiny 2's Season of the Witch and discusses the standout elements that make it a great season compared to others in the game.
Microsoft is bringing AI characters to Xbox, The Verge.
Microsoft is partnering with in-world AI to create AI-powered tools for developers to create characters, stories, and quests on Xbox. The tools will include an AI design co-pilot and an AI character engine that can dynamically generate dialogue and storylines. The partnership aims to revolutionize game development and storytelling using generative AI models. However, the use of AI in creative fields has faced criticism, with concerns over exploitation and wages.
Title: Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name Review, GameSpot. Introduction: Welcome to GameSpot's review of Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. In this article, we will delve into the details of this game and provide our thoughts and opinions. Body developed by an acclaimed studio, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name offers an immersive gaming experience. The story revolves around a protagonist who embarks on a journey to erase his name from existence. The game seamlessly combines elements of action, adventure, and mystery, creating a unique and captivating gameplay experience. The graphics in Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, are visually stunning. The attention to detail in the environments and character designs is remarkable. Each location feels alive and vibrant, immersing players in a rich and dynamic world. The gameplay mechanics are intuitive and well-designed. Players can engage in intense combat sequences, utilizing a variety of weapons and skills. The combat system is fluid and responsive, allowing for strategic decision-making and satisfying gameplay. One of the standout features of Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, is its compelling narrative. The story unfolds in a non-linear fashion with unexpected twists and turns that keep players engaged and invested. The well-written dialogue and memorable characters further enhance the overall storytelling experience. Furthermore, the game's sound design and soundtrack deserve special mention. The atmospheric audio immerses players in the game world, while the soundtrack perfectly complements the tone and mood of each scene. Conclusion. In conclusion, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name is a must-play for fans of action-adventure games. With its stunning graphics, intuitive gameplay mechanics, and captivating narrative, it offers a truly immersive experience. Whether you're a longtime fan of the genre or new to it, This game is sure to leave a lasting impression.
Sports news.
Josh Dobbs lifted the Vikings to a thrilling victory over the Falcons just days after his arrival. The Athletic.
The article describes how quarterback Josh Dobbs, who was recently traded to the Minnesota Vikings, quickly formed a connection with center Garrett Bradbury. Despite only having a few days to learn the offense, Dobbs led the Vikings to a thrilling victory over the Atlanta Falcons.
Famous people born on this day.
November 7th, 1952. Valery Zuyev, Ukrainian footballer and manager, died 2016.
November 7th, 1971. Matthew Ryan, American singer-songwriter and guitarist.
November 7th, 1984. Amelia Vega, Dominican actress and singer. Miss Universe 2003.
Health news.
CDC expands infectious disease surveillance program at 4 major U.S. airports. 13 WHAM TV.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, is expanding its testing for pathogens at 4 major airports. International travelers arriving at these airports will volunteer to self-collect nasal swab samples, which will be tested for various pathogens, including SARS-CoV-2. The CDC will also collect and examine wastewater samples from airplanes to detect new variants. The program is currently operating at 6 major U.S. international airports.
Childhood trauma may be a predictor of adult headaches, researchers find. The Washington Post.
People who experienced trauma as a child or adolescent were found to be 48% more likely to have serious and recurrent headaches as an adult than were those who had not experienced trauma in their early years, according to research published in the journal Neurology. The findings stem from the analysis of data from 28 studies involving 154,739 people.
Are my periods normal? How can I treat menstrual cramps? The Washington Post.
The average Dutch woman may experience about 450 periods in her life, according to the International Federation of Gynecology and Obstetrics. In developed economies, women are spending less time in pregnancy or breastfeeding, which could be why they have more periods. The definition of a normal period varies, but some guidelines say normal periods occur between every 24 to 38 days. Bleeding doesn't last longer than 8 days, and the amount of blood loss doesn't seem too heavy or too light to you.
Marijuana use raises risk of heart attack, heart failure, and stroke, studies say. CNN.
2 new studies presented at the American Heart Association scientific sessions in Philadelphia suggest that older adults who use marijuana are at a higher risk of heart attack, stroke, and heart failure. The studies highlight the potential harm to the heart, lungs, and blood vessels from smoking or vaping any substance, including cannabis products. Marijuana use among older adults is on the rise, with a 2-fold increase in usage between 2015 and 2018.
Entertainment news.
Stranger Things, the first Shadow featurette reveals a key detail about Vecna's origin story. IGN.
Netflix has released a featurette for its upcoming stage play, Stranger Things, The First Shadow, which is a prequel to the original series. The play will explore the origins of the Upside Down and the character Henry Creel, who eventually becomes Vecna. It will also delve into a high school romance between Henry and Patty Newby, the sister of Bob Newby. The play is set to debut on November 17th.
Jen Garner and boyfriend John Miller hold hands on rare Los Angeles lunch date. Harper's Bazaar.
Jennifer Garner and her boyfriend John Miller were spotted on a rare public outing in Santa Monica. They coordinated in gray and black fall outfits and seemed happy and in love as they held hands and smiled for the cameras. The couple has been dating since 2018, and although they tried to keep their private lives out of the spotlight, they have been seen on several low-key dates over the years. Garner was previously married to Ben Affleck, while Miller was previously married to violinist Caroline Campbell.
Now, a couple of dad jokes for you.
I used to work in a shoe recycling shop. It was soul-destroying. I have kleptomania, but when it gets bad, I take something for it. What was the pumpkin's favorite sport? squash.
Thank you for watching this AGND Intellireport. Like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.